Hey, what is a Zacchaeus? Whether not alive, whether the day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Those who've been tuning in for the first time, I thank you. And those who've been consistently supporting me, I thank you as well. Well, today I want to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah. Today is Sodom and Gomorrah. Right now, it's Sodom and Gomorrah going on right now. Because we're living in the last days, y'all. Well, let me get into the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah extends back to the Abraham. Abraham, Lot was his nephew, Lot. And Abraham was with Lot. And Lot, they was staying in Jerusalem, but Lot spotted the city. Lot spotted the city. The city was known as Sodom. And this is ancient Palestine. And Abraham told Lot that that city is full of sin. That city, a lot of sinful pleasure, a lot of demonic and sinful pleasures going on in that city. So because they were just talking, and God told Abraham he was going to destroy the city. Lot looked at Abraham and said, well, why he has to destroy the whole city? And then they had a discussion. God told Abraham, if they have at least 10 good people in that city, I will not destroy the city. So Lot went to the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. He went to the city. And as he went to the city, God came to Abraham and said, I got to destroy the city. The city's full of sin. But you know what was in that city? Homosexuality. That was in the city. Men sleeping with men. A lot of lusting. A lot of sinful pleasures. Partying. Drinking. Getting drunk. And just bare sodomy going on in that city. They were doing all sorts of things in that city. All sorts of things they were doing in that city. And God said he was going to destroy that city. With the evil Palestine, ancient Palestine, he's going to destroy that city. And Lot warned the people in Sodom, if they don't turn to their wicked ways, this judgment is going to come upon this land. They laughed and they mocked them. They laughed and they mocked them. Now Abraham thought to himself that he doesn't know 10 good people that live in the city of Sodom. Does not know. The only person he knows that live in the city of Sodom is Lot and his wife and his 2 daughters. Now, Lot, during that course in the city, it was a comfortable, just like right now, you're living in a comfortable city. Things are maybe expensive, but you're still comfortable compared to other countries. It's the greatest land. One of the greatest lands is America. Living in the greatest countries. We have the freedom, and you can live comfortably if you play your cards right. If you invest in yourself and if you do certain things, but you should not always live for pleasure. You should always look to help a man. You help them with their needs, and then you share the gospel with them. But back to the story. Lot, although there was a lot of sin going on in that land, a lot of homosexual pleasures and things going on in that land, one day Lot had 2 men that come to his household with his daughters. They were the daughters and his wife. And they were angels. But an angry mob came and knocked on Lot's door and said, Can you let those 2 men that walked in, those 2 handsome men that walked into your household, we want to meet them, we want to see them. Then Lot said, well, they're friends of mine, they're good buddies of mine, good friends of they're staying with me right now. And the men angry, the angry mob said, the angry mob of men said, we would like to get to know them. Know them. Get to know them. Meaning that they wanted to sleep with those men. Those men wanted to sleep with those other men. Ugh. Anyway. And those men wanted to sleep with those other men, but Lot said, wait a minute. They were banging on Lot's door. But Lot said, have 2 daughters here. They didn't want the daughters. They didn't want the women, but they wanted 2 men that were staying with Lot. They wanted the 2 men that were staying with Lot. And they kept knocking on the door. Then the angry mob went away. Then Lot told the men that if they don't change from their wicked ways, God is going to judge Sodom. They laughed at him. They mocked Lot. They mocked him. Folks, this is like how it is today. When you're preaching the gospel and you're sharing the Bible, what does said the Lord, what's going to come in the last days, people are going to make mockery. People are going to laugh. People are going to take it lightly. They're going to turn their backs and do what they're doing. They're not going to take it serious. It's like you're warning people to get right with the Lord. You're warning them and warning them, say, listen, we're living in the end times. As you can see, there's wars going on in different lands. People are getting killed in different lands. There's sodomy. There's people killing each other like left and right. There's evil sins that's being done and performed. And they still laugh. It's like they hate God. They don't want to do anything with the Lord. They said the Bible is old and play it out. They don't want to do anything to follow Christ. They don't want to do anything to follow God. And going back to the story, Lot warned them and said, listen, you must change from your wicked ways. Because if you don't, this land will be judged. Now, Abraham was telling Lot that he has to leave Sodom. He told Lot. And Lot dreamt and said, listen, told his wife that we got to leave this place. His wife looked at him. And then she gave a glance at their daughters. The daughters agreed to say, listen, there's so much going on in this land. There's so much going on in this city. It looks like just people doing anything they want to do. Living any old way they want to live. They're serving, they created their own God. They just, men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. They're just doing any old thing. They're stealing. They're robbing from each other. They're killing each other. They're murdering. They're just mayhem, something going on in the city, and they're just living and just living for pleasure, and just living for pleasure and doing it and partying non-stop and just all out loose. There's no rules and regulations. Just living all out. And then Lot comes and he preaches again, and he warns the people of Sodom, that God is coming to judge this land with fire and brimstone. You know what they did? They looked at Lot and said, get out of here. And they laughed at him. They laughed and they make mockery of Lot. Now Lot, listen, obeyed God. He grabbed his wife, grabbed his 2 daughters, and he told his daughters that we're leaving tonight. We're leaving tonight. We're not staying another day. Because God is going to judge this land. We're not staying another day in this Palestinian sinful land. We're going to leave. We're going to leave this land. And then the brimstone started to fall. And the wife and the 2 daughters heard what's falling from the sky. And Sodom looked at his daughters and his wife and said, let's leave now. He grabbed his wife and the two daughters, and they decided to leave with the two men that had two men that was following them too, leaving too. The two visitors that the other men wanted to sleep with, the gang wanted to sleep with. They left too with Lot. And for some apparent reason, God gave him a warning. God gave Lot a warning. Not for some apparent reason. It is a reason why he gave Lot warning. He told Lot, it's not apparent reason. He told Lot to don't look back. Whatever you do not look back. He gave his warning and then Lot gave his warning to his daughters, to the two men, and his wife. And they obeyed God and they kept looking forward and they kept on going, leaving the city of Sodom, and they were heading towards Abraham, where Abraham stayed, his uncle Abraham. So they were leaving, they were leaving, packing up, and they were walking away. But one thing God told Lot not to do is not to look back. What he told God not to do? He told him not to look back. Sometimes, folks, it's the going back that gets you in trouble. It's the looking back that keeps you stuck. It's the looking back that keeps you stuck in the position that you're in. And it's the looking back. When God tells you to go forward, you should always obey God and go forward. Do not look back. There's a reason why God is pulling you out that turmoil. There's a reason why God is pulling you out that toxic relationship or that situation. There's a reason why God is pulling you out that job that you're tired of, that you've been working, and you're ready to do God's will. And if you're that person ready to do God's will, do not look back. Keep going forward. Keep going forward and do not look back. Now Lot kept on walking with his daughters, the two men that was staying with him. They kept on walking, and they were leaving Sodom. His wife was remembering as she looked forward with her family. She kept on remembering that the comfort that she felt in that home, the relaxation, and the convenience and the comfortability of staying in Lot. Of staying in Sodom. She just remembered the comfortability of staying in Sodom. Remember the comfortability, just comfortable, complacent and comfortable, staying in that city where she's relaxed and all the pleasures that she desires and all the comfortability she has. And you know what she did? She couldn't help herself. She looked back. And as she looked back, a lot of you know the story. As she looked back, as Lot's wife looked back, and she gazed and stared of the comfortability as she looked back. And then she turned into a pillar of salt. She turned into a pillar of salt. And she was warned. When God warns you, and God gives you instructions not to look back, Lot decided to look back. Not Lot, Lot's wife decided to look back, and then she turned into a pillar of salt. And according to the sources, as she turned into a pillar of salt, it's still there today. The monument of Lot's wife, that turnaround image, that statue of that salt image, still stands there today in the land of Sodom or in some part of Palestine. It still stands there today. So God has given us warning not to look back. God has given us a warning not to look back. It's a looking back that gets us in trouble. It's a looking back that keeps you stagnant. It's the looking back that Now you can't go. If you look back and you stay looking back like Lot's wife, you can't go forward. God wants us to go forward because he has a new chapter in our life. God wants us to keep looking forward. We can remember what happened back then. We can remember, but don't stay there. Don't stay in the past. Keep pushing and keep looking forward. Keep pressing on your dreams. Never give up. Keep looking forward because God has a door open for you. When you trust him and you believe, he will make your way out of no way. If you're tired of your position, tired of staying stagnant, and God is sending you to get out that toxic relationship, that toxic company, maybe the job is just holding you down and you're just trying to find a way to get out, God is telling you not to look back. He's telling you, look forward, do not look back. And Sodom, the city of Sodom was a sinful city. This is a warning and a lesson that God is taking you out, folks. When you're walking with the Lord, you come from amongst them. We don't want you to stay in a city, stay in a company of people that want nothing to do with God. City of Sodom wanted nothing to do with God. They wanted nothing to. They didn't want to know. They wanted nothing to do with God whatsoever. Nothing to do with God. But God is pulling you out. He's calling us out. And he's pulling us away from that company. He's calling us away from that company. And he's pulling you away from that company. All we got to do is look forward and keep walking. And don't look back. Well, the live word today is coming out of Deuteronomy chapter 32, verses 32. Their vines and fields will be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. Their grapes are like bitter poison. So, folks, stay away from that poison that's keeping you trapped, that poison that's separating you from God, that poison that will always keep you stagnant, that poison that will not make you reach your highest potential, that poison that will keep your purpose from being fulfilled, what God has for you. Well, this is Zacchaeus with another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. And if you like what I shared, smash that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel, Zacchaeus Gospel. Peace and blessings, y'all. And I hope you enjoyed what I shared with you. God bless and be safe out there. Peace and blessings.